Right now, water levels are rising and problems are growing for people who live in or drive through the isthmus. The latest on the historic flooding in downtown Madison. And we'll take you to Monona, where Governor Scott Walker is headed to meet with volunteers and help distribute sandbags right now.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us for News 3 This Morning, Saturday. It is August 25th. I'm Josh Prater alongside meteorologist Chris Reese, and we have a lot to get to this morning. And of course, everyone's keeping their eyes on the flooding out there, and it looks like there's even more rain on the way, something not so good.
Exactly. There is more rain in the forecast. Of course, we're going to keep a close eye on that. For now this morning, we are dealing with some of the fog that you do see in spots. Visibility in Madison at 6 miles as of now, 3/4 of a mile over a Mineral Point 0 in Dubuque, Iowa. We do have a dense fog advisory for Grant County. That's going to hang on for about the duration of this show. Then that should be coming down. Here's a live look downtown right now. Outside of the fog, it is simply cloudy. Temperatures are now at 69. They've actually been warming through the overnight hours just a bit. So now we do see that temperature just shy of 70 degrees, 72 for our friends down in Rock County right now. And we'll all see temperatures that eventually make it into the 70s today. No showers or thunderstorms at the moment. Those have all pushed well to our south and east now. So we should see more sunshine joining the picture later. Temperatures will top out right around 81 degrees. But Sunday, Josh, is an alert day for that chance for showers and thunderstorms, along with the potential of some heavy rain being embedded within that. Traffic-wise, here's a live look downtown on Johnson Street, where you still see water pouring out of the gutters there at Johnson and First. We do have a closure on Johnson Street. For the rest of town, things do look good, though.
And a reminder, if you see that water, do not drive through that. We did a story there this week, and it's not good for you and obviously your car as well.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris, thank you. Developing right now, parts of downtown Madison are still underwater this morning. The city has closed one westbound lane of East Washington Avenue near the Livingston Street intersection. There are intermittent closures anticipated throughout the day, too. The no parking signs posted along East Wash as well as on Willie Street are still in effect until next Friday at the earliest. If we get even more rain, East Washington could have to close as soon as next week due to flooding. If that happens, all traffic will be rerouted to Willie Street. So far, the county says the already existing flooding has caused more than $100 million in public and private property damage. Happening now, the governor is in the area. He's expected to arrive at Monona's Oneida Park in about 30 minutes. This is a live look at the preparations underway for Governor Walker's visit. There he will be meeting with members of the National Guard and volunteers to help fill sandbags. We'll have another live look from Oneida Park once the governor arrives. After his visit to Monona, Governor Walker will head to the Teddy Locks at around 10 this morning. Mayor Paul Soglin says members of the National Guard have been in town since yesterday helping with sandbagging efforts. On Friday, the mayor said about 40,000 sandbags had already been filled. He also said since the county and state have declared a state of emergency, it is not necessary for the city to declare one as well. Right now, the city is offering free sand and ready-to-fill sandbags at numerous locations. You can find them at a lot of the city's parks, along with parking lots 931 on East Main and 1233 on McKenna Boulevard. Crews ask that you bring your own shovel to help with loading the sandbags you'll take. Monona is offering up sandbags for people living there as well. You can find all of this information on our website, channel3000.com. For those of you dealing with flood damage, there is a special multi-agency resource center available to help later today. The Red Cross, Salvation Army, and government organization will be at Middleton's Black Hawk Church helping people affected by this week's flood. The center will be open to Western Dane County residents from 10 until 4. Madison Metro Transit is offering free rides this weekend because of the flooding, though officials say the water will also likely bring reduced service detours and delays. The free rides could last into next week depending on the condition of downtown streets. And Madison garbage crews will be making special runs to pick up anything damaged during the flooding. If you have large items like furniture or carpet that need to be tossed, the Streets Division is asking you to contact them so they can set up a time to pick those up specifically. They will be available to pick the items up this Monday. You can find the Streets Division's contact information on the city's website. That's cityofmadison.com/report-a-problem. If you're wondering how you can help, here's a list of banks throughout Dane County that have set up flood assistance and disaster recovery accounts. You can also help fill sandbags in Monona and Middleton. And in Madison, you can donate to the Salvation Army of Dane County, Goodwill, and Second Harvest Food Bank. Some weekend events like Curd Fest have been canceled, but others like the Dane County Farmers Market and Orton Park Festival on the east side should go on as scheduled. If you are planning to attend any of the events on the Isthmus, officials say plan your alternate routes ahead of time and always put your safety first. If your plans depend on the weather, you need to get our accurate 12-hour and 10-day forecasts and up-to-the-moment traffic information on the go. Download our Channel 3000 First Alert Weather and Traffic app and be the first to know. New this morning, police are searching for the person who shot a man on Mifflin Street overnight, landing the victim in the hospital. Madison police say it happened around 9:30 in the 300 block of West Mifflin. That's near the Overture Center and Public Library. Officers say a 22-year-old man was shot in the leg. Witnesses saw a black four-door car leaving the scene after that shooting, but no further suspect information is yet available. Madison police are also looking for the man who robbed a customer in the parking lot of a Quick Trip. It happened in the 4400 block of East Buckeye Road shortly after midnight. Police say a 34-year-old man was walking out of the store when he was approached by another man who pushed him and grabbed him of his wallet out of his pocket. They say the two men wrestled over the wall before the suspect got up, said he had a knife, and got away with the wallet. Police said the suspect left his coat behind and a knife was found as well. Anyone with information about the overnight shooting or robbery should call Madison Police or Madison Area Crime Stoppers. In Middleton, part of Century Avenue that shut down because of a sinkhole is now reopened this weekend. Middleton police said Thursday that a sinkhole about the size of a manhole developed beneath the road. Century Ave was closed between Donna Drive and Branch Street for around 24 hours. One lane in each direction is now open, with work continuing today to fix the rest of that road. While much of Middleton is still recovering from the severe flooding this week, the city's Good Neighbor Fest is still happening. On the event's Facebook page, they said the festival grounds are in good enough shape and events will go on as planned. The post said it doesn't take a festival to prove we are a good neighbor city, a nod to many neighbors helping out one another with the flood recovery efforts this week. The event runs through Sunday at Fireman's Park. This year's theme is Mardi Gras, and for more information about the event, you can head to the festival's website right there on your screen. 7 minutes past the hour, and we certainly don't need any more rain, but there is some in the forecast. We'll go ahead and take a live look outside. You can see the Capitol on the Saturday morning. Another hazy start out there with all that moisture in the air. Chris is in with several chances of rain and storms ahead in his forecast. It's coming up next on News 3 This Morning Saturday. Stay with us.
Good morning. Still drizzly out there after some fog continues to lift up and about this morning. There's probably still some patches of some dense fog, so be on the lookout for that. For the most part, right now we are just dealing with some cloud cover after the showers of yesterday have moved on out of here. We'll continue to watch the cloud cover burn off in time. Eventually we'll see some more sunshine coming through, but any of the shower and thunderstorm activity that is now well east of here across portions of Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. Temperature-wise, things are mainly in the 60s. Those 70s are starting to show up. We're 69 right now here in Madison. Dew points are into the upper 60s as well at 67, so it's going to feel very humid as you step out this morning as opposed to some of the previous mornings that we've had out here. A regional low pressure moving on in, swinging a warm front into town. That is why we're going to see winds turning out of the south along with warmer temperatures as we go through the day. Eventually we should top out into the low 80s. Even on Sunday, we'll see those temperatures once again into the low 80s, potentially adding a degree or two to the temperatures we've seen out there so far today. And then here's the thing. The next rain chance comes in Sunday night and into Monday. That has the potential to be a heavy rainmaker. Additional rainmakers will come in as we go through the middle of the week as well. And we will have to keep a close eye on all of those as they work their way into the area. Some of these could have the potential to put down some pretty decent rain. So, of course, we're going to keep an eye on that before the sunshine does take over into Wednesday. Here's just one of the models showing the potential for 1 to 3 inches of rain setting up somewhere across south central Wisconsin. Of course, we do not need that kind of rain around here. Hopefully these models can take the underside of the rainfall totals, but we'll keep a close eye on that. But also we do have a chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms in the area shaded in the yellow there. That includes us here in Madison. And for that reason, Sunday is an alert day. It's the heavy rain and the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms. 81 degrees this afternoon, partly sunny and more humid. We'll see temperatures into the 80s for your Sunday as well and into Monday. That's when that cold front finally begins to work its way on into town. Eventually, we will see a cool down as well. As soon as we can get the 7-day forecast to pop up there, it'll show you the cool down that we're expecting 70s into the rest of the middle of next week. There's that 7-day, an alert day for your Sunday, 70s for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before we go back into the 80s towards next week, Josh.
We could use a little bit of a dry stretch, Chris, and I don't see a lot on there.
There's not. If anything, we're in a pattern of very wet weather for a little bit with that roller coaster ride of temperatures.
All right, Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
In the Pacific, the once Hurricane Lane has now been downgraded to a tropical storm, but the weakening storm is still packing a punch. Hawaii's Big Island is being soaked with torrential rains in some areas up to 3 feet. Lane is expected to turn westward today. Even without making a direct hit, forecasters say the system is threatening to bring high surf, tropical force winds as high as 60 miles an hour, and more heavy rain. Senator John McCain's family says the 81-year-old senator has decided to stop his cancer treatment. The Arizona Republican had been battling an aggressive form of brain cancer for more than a year. He hasn't returned to the Capitol since December. During an event in Clinton, Wisconsin Friday, Speaker Paul Ryan spoke about the senator's legacy.
This is a man who served our country in so many ways and capacities, who was a prisoner of war for several years at the Noe Hilton, and then fought for us in Congress. And we just want to keep John McCain, Cindy, and their entire family in our prayers.
McCain's family says they are grateful for the support and kindness of all of his caregivers and for the thousands of people who are keeping him in their prayers. Developing now, President Donald Trump says he's canceling plans for Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to make his 4th visit to North Korea. In a tweet, he says he feels the country is not making, quote, sufficient progress with denuclearization plans. Robin Leach, the host of the 1980s game show Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, has died. Born in London, Leach was a veteran journalist who was best known for his syndicated TV show, which ran from 1984 to 1995. Leach had suffered a stroke and had been hospitalized since November. He was 76 years old. 8:15 is your time right now, and if the rain and rising waters has you stuck inside this weekend, we have some ideas to keep you entertained. Our Will Loper has the movies and shows you should check out. He's in next with his 3 things to watch on News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Good Saturday morning. We are still seeing some fog out there. Here's a live look from the WISC-TV camera looking out to the west, showing you the fog that is showing up in some spots. There's still a dense fog advisory for Grant County. That's going to go until 9 o'clock this morning. Other counties do not have the dense fog advisory. We'll see more sunshine as we go into the afternoon and evening. Temperatures reaching the mid-70s by lunchtime, topping out around 81 this afternoon. Josh?
Son, it is your time.
Netflix subscribers will soon be able to take a trip to Wakanda. The streaming service officially announced that Marvel's Black Panther will be available starting September 4th. The film will be among the last Marvel Studios films to go to Netflix. Disney's current deal with the streaming service will soon come to an end. At that point, Marvel Studios movies will make the new upcoming Disney streaming service their streaming home. Black Panther ended its run in theaters as just the third movie in history to make more than $700 million here in the U.S. It's earned more than $1.3 billion worldwide.
So your family is rich?
We're comfortable.
That is exactly what a super rich person would say.
Crazy Rich Asians is about to get even richer. A sequel to the box office hit is already in the works at Warner Brothers, according to Variety. Director John M. Chu is set to return for the second installment of the groundbreaking rom-com that's been praised for its nearly all-Asian cast, the first since the Joy Luck Club 25 years ago. Well, if the recent rainfall has you stuck inside this weekend, we have some shows and movie suggestions to keep you entertained. Here's Will Loper with your 3 things to watch.
New on home video this week is the superhero film Deadpool 2.
There's this kid. He's in trouble.
Move or die.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
Ryan Reynolds returns as the comedic and irreverent superhero who must stop a time-traveling villain.
I ain't letting Cable get to him. But I can't do this alone. We need backup. We're gonna form a super-duper group.
It's time to get back on LinkedIn.
Deadpool 2 is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
Hurricane Raymond has taken an unexpected turn and has been upgraded to a Category 5.
We need to make sure everything's secure.
Don't worry.
Newly arrived on digital HD is Adrift.
I love you.
Get below! I'm not leaving you! Get below now! Oh my God!
Based on an incredible true story, a couple must survive after getting stranded in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Does anyone copy? No!
Adrift is available to rent or buy on all digital platforms now.
We're not gonna die out here.
We talked about this. And you agreed.
And newly arrived on Netflix is The Innocents.
We both ran away to be who we wanted to be.
What happens next?
The supernatural series follows 2 lovers who run from their families to be with each other and begin their journey of self-discovery.
Get out of here! Wait! Get out! Wait! Look! Look!
All 8 episodes of The Innocents are available to stream on Netflix now.
That's a gift. He's greater than any of us.
Tell me it's gonna be okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Fans of The Simpsons need to plan a getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And here's the reason why. A real-life version of a convenience store from the show is now open to the public. The Quickie Mart has it all. Visitors can munch on heat lamp hot dogs, chow down on lard lad donuts, and even slurp on real-life squishies. And of course, you can also purchase Simpson merchandise there. This is the first weekend the store is in service. It's the first full-service Quickie Mart in the entire world. It's attached to a Simpsons-themed Aztec theater expected to open later this year. Just about 8:24 right now. There's more ahead here on News 3 This Morning, Saturday. The day's top stories are next, including the festival still going on today despite the ongoing flood recovery efforts. And from dated to sporty, we go behind the wheel of Toyota's flagship sedan, the Avalon, to check out how the 5th generation stacks up to previous versions. Thanks for watching News 3 This Morning, Saturday. Right now, this is the aftermath of a summer's worth of rain in one day as flooding fears and rising waters elevate through the weekend.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
And a very good morning to you and welcome back to News 3 This Morning, Saturday. It is just before 8:30 on this August 25th. I'm Josh Breiter. We have a lot to get to this morning. Chris is talking chances for more rain in the forecast. But first, here's what's making headlines right now. Parts of downtown Madison are still underwater this morning. The city has closed one westbound lane of East Washington Avenue near the Livingston Street intersection. There are intermittent closures anticipated throughout the day, too. The no parking signs posted along East Wash as well as on Willie Street are all still in effect until next Friday at the earliest. If we get even more rain this weekend, East Washington could have to close as soon as next week due to flooding. If that happens, all traffic will be rerouted to Willie Street. As of right now, the county says the already existing flooding has caused more than $100 million in public and private property damage. Right now, police are searching for the person who shot a man on Mifflin Street overnight, landing the victim in the hospital. Madison police say it happened around 9:30 in the 300 block of West Mifflin. That's near the Overture Center and Public Library. Officers say a 22-year-old man was shot in the leg. Witnesses saw a black four-door car leaving the scene after the shooting, but no further suspect information is available yet. This morning, much of Middleton is still recovering from flooding this week. Despite that, the city's Good Neighbor Fest is still going on. On the event's Facebook page, they said the festival grounds are in good shape and events will go on as planned. The post said it doesn't take a festival to prove we are a good neighbor city. That's a nod to the many neighbors helping one another out with flood recovery efforts this week. The event runs through Sunday at Fireman's Park. 8:29 right now, and let's send it over to meteorologist Chris Reese, who's tracking an alert day. More rain on the way, Chris.
That's right, Josh. We do have an alert day for your Sunday. That includes the chance for some additional heavy rain, along with the possibility of some severe thunderstorms. Again, that is tomorrow. For today, we are tracking some of the fog out there this morning. Here's a live look from our studio camera looking out towards the west. So you see that haze and low fog out on the horizon. Oddly enough, visibility 6 miles reported at the Madison airport. You work out to the west, it's about 1.5 miles over in Mineral Point. 0 in Dubuque, Iowa right now. Temperatures are mainly in the 60s. 72 for our friends down in Janesville. 69 for us here in Madison right now. But we'll see more sunshine and temperatures topping out into the low 80s for those highs today, staying in the 70s even through dinner time. So maybe have dinner outside today if you have the chance, especially with the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms going into tomorrow. The Beltline moving smoothly. Most roads are moving smoothly. We do know that parts of US 14 are blocked off in Middleton, between Cross Plains and Middleton due to some flooding. Downtown, we of course still have that main road closure due to the flooding on East Johnson, but most routes are moving along with no issues or delays, Josh.
All right, Chris, thank you. Happening right now, the governor is in Monona this morning. This is a live look at Oneida Park, where Governor Scott Walker just got there. He's meeting with members of the National Guard and volunteers to help fill sandbags. And we're told they're also looking for more volunteers this morning. We just got a release that they're asking for more volunteers to come out and help fill those sandbags. After his visit to Monona, Governor Walker will head to the Tenney Locks at 10 this morning. We'll have much more on the governor's visit as well as live team coverage on this historic flooding here in Dane County later today on News 3. Toyota says the name Avalon is supposed to portray images of comfort, spaciousness, and sophistication. But the 5th generation of Toyota's flagship sedan is trying to shed that image. They want the Avalon to appeal to more than just aging baby boomers, but also a more sporty crowd. Mark Kane went behind the wheel.
Which way do we want to go?
Oh, just go down that way, unless you want to go, the road's a little smoother that way.
Okay, let's go the smooth road. Because we're in a smooth
in this
car.
We're
smooth. You need to play smooth
right.
jazz when you drive this car.
The 2019 Toyota Avalon. They call it mid-size, but let's be honest, this is a full-size car competing with the likes of the Chrysler 300, Kia Cadenza, and most directly the Buick LaCrosse. And Toyota means business.
It's really quiet, really comfortable ride. They redid everything for 2019, starting with the platform. This is a version of Toyota's next generation architecture, which adds stiffness, rigidity, quietness to the platform, and it allows them to make the suspension that much more compliant.
They've also completely redesigned the Avalon.
All right.
It's a handsome car.
Yeah, it really is.
From the side.
This profile is really nice. You've got that long roof line resolving into the short deck on the rear. You've got really nicely sculpted hood, and then you walk around to the front. And
hello.
Yes, it's a giant grinning grill, and that's part of Toyota's design language. Whether you're talking about the Toyota line or the Lexus line, they have decided that they're going to be bold and daring, and as they say, they want to create something stunning. I think they've succeeded. Styling is subjective. If you like it, buy it. If you don't. There are a lot of options out there.
That grill aside, there is some good news in that nose. Mechanically, all trim levels are powered by a 301 horsepower V6. A hybrid is also available across the board, including our Tester, a top-of-the-line limited. The hybrid option only sets you back $1,000.
A lot going on.
Yeah, well, you've got a 4-cylinder gas engine here. You've got your hybrid electric engine here that works sequentially, and it rolls right into the CVT transmission.
And you're not really giving up that much power. And get this, the hybrid gets 44 miles a gallon.
You never know.
That is astonishing for a car this size and this luxurious.
When you get this limited version, you get the heated and cooled seats. You get all the luxury features you'd expect, even from the next level up, a Lexus, but you're getting it for a lot less money.
But not the prestige. And for some, that's actually a selling point.
There are people out there who want luxury, but don't want everyone to know that they're spending a lot of money. I had a friend, he was a dentist, and he said if he drove a Mercedes, people stopped paying their bills. So he drove a Buick. It's a well put together vehicle. It's an easy to drive vehicle. It's not going to surprise you. It's just a really nice Toyota sedan. It's the kind of car that you get on the freeway, you set the cruise control at 70 miles an hour, and you just let the miles go by. Turn the XM satellite radio on to smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz?
And your time right now is 8:35 this Saturday morning. Sun Prairie football players were back on their home turf for the first time since last month's deadly explosion. Their special tribute to fallen firefighter Corey Barr. Plus, tackling the problem of head trauma in young athletes. A Wisconsin town eliminates full contact for youth football players. How the players and parents are reacting ahead on News 3 This Morning Saturday.
Good morning. We are still dealing with a little bit of fog out there, though we'll watch it continue to lift as we go through the morning and the sun gets higher into the sky. One dense fog advisory in our area. That is for our friends over in Grant County. That is going to go for about the next 20 minutes or so, and then we'll see if they either go ahead and pull that back or extend it based on the fog so far this morning. Temperatures are in the 60s. We'll make it towards about 76 by lunchtime, 81 for your afternoon high. Josh?
All right, Chris, thank you. Last night, Sun Prairie football players hit their home turf for the very first time since July's deadly explosion. They carried a special tribute close to their heart. Here's a closer look at the jerseys the team wore last night to honor first responders. A number of first responders led the team through the stands and onto the field to start the night at Ashley Field.
I've been here for 22 years. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else right now, and this is unbelievable to watch our community come together and rally around these great people.
Before the game, captains from the team presented jerseys to members of the Sun Prairie community, including Abby Barr. The Cardinals won their game against Beloit Memorial 35-0. Northwest of Madison, the Onalaska Parks and Rec Department is eliminating full contact for its 5th and 6th grade youth football program. The coaching staff has a unique technique to help teach kids the game without the risk of injury. Jordan Fremstad introduced us to the concept in the spring and attended the very first practice to see it in action.
Friday nights under the lights have returned to the Cooley region. But high school football is simply not the same.
Football is seeing participation decline in high schools across the country.
A new study shows its participation is down across the country
because of the growing safety fear.
With growing knowledge about the impacts of concussions, athletes are turning to other activities.
Those are some serious injuries that kids can be suffering at a very young age.
Jim Phillips is a parent.
This is my son, Josh. He's excited to play.
Keep it moving, keep it moving.
This year, the Onalaska Youth Football Program is taking a different approach to the game.
We're going to the tackle bar system.
A system specifically designed to prevent harmful injuries.
We're taking the head out of tackling. Does that make sense?
It's a bar that they wear on their back. It teaches the kids to wrap up to get their shoulder pad into them.
Onalaska Parks and Rec Director Dan Wick says it gives every child a chance to play.
We want to teach kids all positions. Every kid will play on the line. They'll play, in skilled positions.
He says they have already seen an impact with their numbers.
Our numbers are good. It's staying consistent to what we've had in the past.
It gives parents like Phillips peace of mind.
The transition from flag football right into tackle, I think this is a great in-between.
While teaching these young athletes everything they need to know.
You never lead with your head. Does that make sense?
It's creating that, that fever that they want more and that desire to learn.
So that down the road, these 60 individuals will have the interest to keep playing America's game.
We don't care about the scores in the game. We don't care about the records. We want the kids that are playing in this that continue to be playing and help our high school program be successful.
In Onalaska, this is Jordan Fremstad.
Time right now is 8:42 this Saturday morning. Are you looking for something to do this weekend? Well, we have several ideas for you. From a popular play you and your kids can sing along with to a long-running neighborhood festival back on the Isthmus. Your Weekend 608 is coming up next on News 3 This Morning, Saturday. But first, happy birthday to Owen and all of the other kiddos turning 3 years old today. Stay with us.
Good morning. We had a lot of showers in the area yesterday. Most of that has since moved on out of here. In fact, no showers and thunderstorms showing up on Doppler track here in the immediate Madison area at all. In fact, if you want to find any showers and thunderstorms, you got to work your way over towards Michigan, parts of northern Indiana and Ohio for some rain. We have been quote-unquote dry. It has, of course, been foggy out there, and we have seen the drizzle coming down at times, and that's about all we'll have to deal with so far this morning. Temperatures are in the 60s, and some low 70s are beginning to show up. Rockford at 70, Peru, Illinois at 74, 76 in Moline. We are at 69 here in Madison right now. Dew point coming in at 67, so it's going to be humid and almost tropical feeling as you do step out, but nonetheless we have the cloudy skies for now to help it not feel as bad. We'll see some sunshine later. This region of low pressure has lifted to the north, and now a warm front has taken over. That means it's a south and southwesterly wind that will continue to pump in that more humid air into south central Wisconsin as we go through the rest of the day. That's also going to help temperatures turn warmer. Instead of being stuck in the 60s like yesterday, we'll see those highs into the low 80s today. We'll see them in the low 80s again on Sunday, perhaps adding a degree or two before cold front comes through on Sunday, bringing added chances for some showers and thunderstorms Sunday and into Monday. That's not the only rain system we're tracking this week. Another cold front will bring more chances for some showers and thunderstorms as we go Tuesday and into Wednesday before high pressure brings in some sunshine. But we really want to keep a close eye on how much rain we get from the system coming in tomorrow night and into Monday. This particular model showing a band of 1 to 3 inches of rain setting up somewhere across south central Wisconsin. We'll want to pay attention to that. We also do have a slight risk of strong to severe thunderstorms on Sunday. So with all of this in mind, we went ahead and put out an alert day for Sunday. That's given the heavy rain potential along with the threat for some strong to severe thunderstorms showing up at times. Just make sure everyone keeps a close eye on that one. Outside of that, it is a temperature roller coaster that we will be dealing with. That is what's going to keep the pattern more so on the active side of the spectrum. This afternoon, 81 degrees, partly sunny. It will be more humid, so you'll notice that as you begin to step outside. 83 for your Sunday. Again, that is an alert day with the potential for heavy rain along with some showers and thunderstorms. That is also a warm front, though, so Monday looks very warm before we cool things down with the cold front. Temperature staying in the mid-70s for the middle and end of next week before warming things up again next weekend. And to that forecast, I, too, rolled my eyes, just like Josie in Baraboo. At least that's what that reminds me of there. If a dog
looks like it.
I know. If a dog could say, "Oh, brother, I'm over it," that's...
Josie might be doing it even more if we get more rain tomorrow.
We'll find out.
All right, Chris, thank you. We've been asking you to share your morning with us and check out this. David Kotzwitz posted this on Facebook. This is Isaac the cat. I think Isaac's had enough rain too, the way it looks. Isaac is done. Thanks for sharing, David. What does your morning look like? Be sure to take a picture and post it to the Channel 3000 Facebook page or find us on Twitter or Instagram. Use that hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we share all of our favorites right here on the program. Well, it is the weekend in the 608.
And here's a look at what's going on in and around the area. A longtime favorite neighborhood festival returns again today. The Orton Park Festival in the Marquette Street neighborhood just east of Willie Street features local dance troupes and live music. Huge crowds of families turned out for the past few nights to watch aerial performers swinging from the park's oak trees. The Clyde Stubblefield All-Stars and Chuck Prophet will perform tonight. Tomorrow, Drive Thrift Dwellers, Dead Horses, and the Waco Brothers will take the stage to wrap up the festival.
There's a quieter alternative happening this weekend for fans of classical music. The Token Creek Chamber Music Festival starts this weekend with small ensembles playing both today and tomorrow afternoon. The fest is in its 29th year. It's still organized and hosted by composer and pianist John Harbison and his wife, violinist Rosemary Pedersen. Both perform at the annual event, and the musicians play in their refurbished barn near DeForest. The experience is said to be both intimate and beautiful. If you can't get to Token Creek this weekend, there are performances scheduled for the next 3 weekends, too.
Just say Hakuna Matata. It means no worries, so don't worry. There's a weekend event perfect for your kids as well, happening this weekend too. The Lion King Jr. is being staged by the Cambridge Deerfield Players at the Cambridge Historic School through Sunday night. A large cast of 2nd through 8th graders will sing and dance as cheetahs, zebras, hyenas, monkeys, giraffes, all of the animals of the safari, and of course, lions too.
Can't forget the lions. Yeah. And there's also an art installation opening tonight. Gleam Art in a New Light returns to the Obrick Botanical Gardens. Lighting designers and artists from all over the country and even overseas will dress the gardens in colors that aren't already flowering there. The nighttime color display opens tonight but reopens next Wednesday, running through the end of September. You should leave yourself about an hour to take the full tour of Gleam.
And as always, you can pick up a copy of this month's Madison magazine for all of the best in the Madison area.
8:51 is your time, and be sure to stay with News 3 and Channel 3000 today. Tonight at 6 and 10, we'll have live team coverage on the flooding and recovering efforts happening across Dane County, as well as Governor Scott Walker's visit to the area. But first, getting a fresh start. Meet the inmates doing time while eliminating painful memories of their pasts. The special group helping them move forward and begin again on News 3 This Morning, Saturday. And welcome back at 8:55. A program at an Indiana jail is getting a lot of attention for making things disappear. Inmates are able to get rid of their tattoos for free.
Caroline Torrey shows us how many of them are thankful for the opportunity to erase painful memories.
They're turning their lives around, and they've walked away from that lifestyle. And then they don't want their families to be affected by these tattoos also. It's not just them.
Holly Young is the new tattoo removal specialist at the Elkhart County Jail.
200 inmates within these walls are signed up to start treatment. She's already removed numerous gang tattoos and white supremacist tattoos using a laser. Full removal takes up to 8 treatments, and the fading process takes between 6 months and a year.
They do face a lot of obstacles when they get out of jail, and it's so exciting to be able to help in a tangible way.
Elkhart County Jail Chaplain Corey Martin says inmates that leave here face an uphill battle. That's why he wanted to add this practical program to what the ministry offers on a spiritual level. He says tattoo removal could make the lives of former inmates easier as they transition to the real world.
They have to get a job. They're leaving with no money, no transportation, not a strong support structure. So we're trying to reduce the hurdles the inmates face once they get out, and tattoo removal is one of those.
This is how one inmate describes what this opportunity means in their own words. The tattoos that you're removing for me have ruled my life far too long, but with them being removed, I'll no longer be ruled by my past. I've realized that my past doesn't have to define who and what I am. I am committed to changing my life for the better, and removing these gang and racially motivated tattoos shows how desperately I long for change.
And right now, the inmates can continue their treatment for free after they leave jail, but the ministry involved is looking into partnering with local initiatives to help those former inmates.
I love that statement there. My past does not define who I am. That's a good one there.
Moving forward, and hey, we're trying to move forward too out of all this flooding.
That's right. A future is always a little bit brighter eventually, though we do have some heavy rain chances coming in. Once again, Sunday is an alert day for the chance of not only heavy rain, but strong to severe thunderstorms. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see temperatures into the 70s with some added sunshine.
And be sure to download our app. You can get up to the latest details on there. And we'll see you tomorrow morning from 6:30 to 8. We'll leave you there with Barrett the polar bear. Plenty of water with that.
No, he's having a great time in the polar bear. Make sure that you take time to enjoy the sunshine out there today.
Have a great day.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.